Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We find ourselves on Xenos, our agricultural planet. Last time we came down here, we found out there was some conflict between the government of the planet and then the people that do all the work, the farmers and whatnot, who are apparently rebelling. Started looking into it, eventually found an Eldari here, who we've decided to let join our party. And she informed us that there's sort of an Eldari plan in mind to try and get all the humans to kill each other that she was going along with. But lately she's realized that there's a Slaaneshi presence on the planet, and that is a bigger deal to her than having humans on this planet, because apparently this used to be an Eldari world. And so they kind of still feel it belongs to them and they want it back, and so all the humans need to die. But now, getting Slaanesh off the planet, or stopping the worship of Slaanesh here, is a bigger deal. But when she went to meet with the other Eldari, who are sort of training up the rebels to make them into a real fighting force, they turned on her and attacked her. Well, attacked all of us. And so obviously there's something more going on we don't yet understand. So we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And that's kind of where we left off. So let's see. We have loot right next to us, actually. Is that just down here? Well, what loot is that? Because I don't want to leave loot behind, obviously. Here. Wherever here is. Here. Okay, cool. Grab that. I think we left some goods up here, apparently. We could run all the way back there to grab it. Why not? As much as it's a little ridiculous to run that far just to get...
something of interest.
Oh. Haven't we already been... maybe we haven't been over here. No, because we came down from here, so we just haven't explored over this far yet. Anyway, disarm that first before everyone blows up and dies.
Just as I was taught.
Good
Fortune
job.
Smiles on us. An
Wow.
ill omen.
Bunch of traps.
I do what I must.
Yeah, so we took our Genta out of the party to make room for our Eldari. Still not certain that's the right call, but it's the call we made.
Just as he ordained.
Alright, Pascal. Pick this lock, please. You've got 80%.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Increase the wearer's agility by +5 and athletics by +10. Well, that's not bad. Do we have someone that's focusing on agility and athletics? If we go to our inventory, who would be our athletics person? Probably Abelard. Yes. Giving you +5 agility probably doesn't matter, because it won't get him to a whole number. Although it would boost his dodge a tiny bit. What are your current boots? All allies in a 2-cell radius around the wearer gain 40% bonus to resolve from the unyielding beacon ability. So no, those are boots specifically tied to his Vanguard class. Well, is there anyone who could just boost from agility? Probably Cabela. Whenever the wearer kills 2 or more enemies with a single attack, the attack does not spend all of the wearer's movement points. I don't think she does group kills very often. Do you have agility? No, you don't care about agility either. So let's give her this. Just make her even dodgier. Doesn't get her up to another whole number, but that's fine. Alright, we have loot here we don't know how to get to. I think we saw it from like some bushes over here, but we didn't know how to get over there. And then we have no idea how to get over to here. So I think it's time to just continue down this path and hope it branches around. So that is this path here.
Victory awaits.
Huh. Alright, well,
The
Cabela,
way serves.
walk carefully.
Follow my steps.
Disarm
bitter
that for
end.
me. Disarm that, please.
Just as I was taught.
Wait, was that saying it was disarmed with a Lore Xenos? No. Can't be.
None are better at searching.
That's fine. Wanna scroll up? Yeah. Lore Xenos test failed. Fails to disable the trap. She was disarming a trap with Lore Xenos. No wonder she did so poorly. I thought traps were basically always destruction, whatever. Demolitions. Weathered runes are completely illegible. Words are failing me.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail?
No, I was hoping you would succeed. 75% chance to succeed, still failed it. Which means she has a
What advice do you seek?
small injury. Can you
This wound
fix
will
that
make
up
fine
before it becomes a
Thank you.
lingering injury? Alright. Well, that wasn't
about time.
ideal. So we can go up here. Which I guess we shall to get those goods. Looks like something in the water over there, and that's probably the main path to continue.
Lesson learned.
Oh, come on, Abelard.
Who thought that was a good idea?
You have a 70% chance to succeed, and you failed twice, giving you 2 fresh injuries.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Alright. You got another shot. Please don't fail a third time.
That
Thank
was
you.
barely a challenge.
Alright. This one. No. Yes. Okay. Thought she was walking into it.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
Eldari plasma grenade, fire grenade, crack grenade, some more medkits, which we can use to replace the ones that Abelard just wasted on himself. Data slate with notes. Kurt, I know it's been rough for you since the meeting by the ruins. First contact leaves an impression on everyone, but when I recommended you to the commander, I never thought you wouldn't have the stomach to process the truth. Think about what you want, but I'm still your friend. I don't want anything to happen to you because of your own stupidity. I saw your bag with the packs of Nutribars, and our lads brought from the settlement. And if you thought no one would notice a couple of clips missing from Torben's backpack, you thought wrong. I want to give you a chance. Return the goods. You know every Nutribar counts these days. The stuff that grows in the forest is no longer edible, and we're in need of weapons more than ever. I can guess why you need all this. You want to split, abandon our cause, go back home and pretend nothing happened. But I'm not writing this to appeal to your conscience. I just want to say that you're a marked man now, Kurt. After meeting the higher-ups, cutting and running is the worst thing you can try to do. They are watching those who've seen them. They won't let you leave. Let's talk. Just talk. You and me in private. Let me know when you're in camp. Okay. So someone met the higher-ups, which I assume is the Eldari, and then wanted to just run and go back to their normal life. Kurt. This could just be lore, or maybe we will find Kurt later and can actually do something with that information. Abelard, let's refill your medkits.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
All right, what's
A new
down at the
challenge
water?
for me?
Maybe it's Kurt. In the back of the corpse's head, there is a strange narrow hole that does not look like it came from any conventional Imperial weapon. A hole like that could have been left by a thin blade piercing the skull. Possibly a sword, or possibly one of their shuriken throwers.
I sense something nearby.
Wraithbone necklace grants agility and perception. Alright. Is that something you will want? Might as well. Perception certainly helps, and I'm not going to say no to a boost to agility. Does agility actually help you? High agility allows the character to manipulate explosives, improves initiative, dodge, and chance and reaction, and demolitions. No, it's definitely not a focus for you. I was just thinking we could put the boots on to get agility up to 60 for her. But it just doesn't feel like it's that useful. We do have a bunch of gear here. I don't know if any of this is terribly important for you. Well, I'll give you
That
those
is
boots.
beneath me.
Nothing else seemed terribly useful. Yeah. Well, that's a slight improvement to what she had.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Let's keep making our way to this camp and find out why they're attacking her. The plant is covered in pulsating purple spots. Young shoots are already covered in similar marks, clearly a sign of mutation, not a disease. She said, "The touch of she who thirsts has disfigured the Lathan down to the smallest of her children. How deep does the corruption run?" Okay, we fought these before.
Close ranks.
Last time we were fully surrounded. They're only throwing 2 of them at us now? Alright. Well, we'll do front line. There, I suppose.
Not a servitor.
Then backline right behind it.
Isn't this
Sure.
a job for the serfs?
Alright. Bring it down on Ignatius.
I'm not accustomed
As usual.
to being ordered around.
Light himself on fire. And then orchestrate flames. Perfect. I don't suppose you could use this. You can use this safely. Just barely missing Abelard. How about that?
Me? You insist, Lord Captain.
Although, arguably, I should have pulled her back. And definitely did not.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
So she's probably going to get wrecked by this guy. Because they go next. So that'll be a thing. Wait, they just chose to give up their turn? Well, that's convenient for me. I don't really want you on the front line. So let's pull you back to here.
Target.
Analyze enemies.
This tedium is beneath me,
Mark them both as prey.
if I must. I understand your intent.
Oh, is there... No, there's not another one there. Just saw the border and Was worried. I'll have you attack the far one.
Ancestors guide me.
Good hit. We're not in cover. I guess you can just take another shot.
I am not your
10 burning. It's not bad. Abelard. Gonna be giving him an attack of opportunity. Just aware of that, so... Let's have you step forward. Have him attack here. Which means I will probably want to hit both of these. No, because then I couldn't charge and attack, so just one of them. Armor penetration, damage, and ignores parry. +7 damage or +10 damage. We'll go with this one. It also makes them focus on him, which is an important goal. So you then attack this guy.
Indeed.
So now it's focused on Abelard, or at least it should be. And then we'll have him charge and attack this one.
At your beck and call.
Which sadly is outside of this attack range. But it's fine. Where is its weak point? Over here.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Okay. Do a blade dance. Oh, okay. Oh, because of the kill zone. Right. Can you... You can't jump that far. That's disappointing. And you're out of movement. No, you can use this.
Trust me.
Go there. Not quite. Although this one has a range of 2.
As honor or death is a blessing.
There we go. That was an incredibly easy fight. Ignatius didn't even get to actually go. Why did they bother with such an easy fight?
Tolerate weakness.
So anything of note over there to get to? No? Just want to explore all the edges. Oh, we can actually walk on this path. Bunch of rebels.
Watch your steps.
Okay.
The shadows reveal their secrets. I do what I must.
So we can go across the intended path
Just
and we'll run into a bunch of traps, or we could just walk across the water and be safe.
I have learned much in my exile.
The massive statue depicts one of the gods of the Eldari, an ancient xenos race that once inhabited vast regions of the galaxy.
A trivial task.
A giant ravenous creature whose hide is pierced with spikes and spines. The skin around the growth is inflamed, as if the protuberances have appeared recently, causing the creature pain. Are we going to be able to have a conversation here? Also, this guy's a name, Bogle. Or are they going to start a fight as soon as I step closer? You know, I keep looking at it, but I still have no idea what it's made of. Looks like some kind of bone, except I can't even imagine a living creature that size, let alone believe it exists. Here, we could try sawing it open. What if there's something real valuable inside? Don't. I saw what our friends did to the idiot who thought it'd be a good idea to piss on one of these stone faces. You don't want to be that guy. I mean, these are Eldari ruins, and so if you're working for a bunch of Eldari, they're probably going to get pissy if you start desecrating their ancient ruins and statues of their gods and whatnot. Just wouldn't recommend it. Okay, that looks like a fight starting. Muran, he's the one who's leading the Eldari. And apparently our Eldari thinks that he's sided with Slaanesh or something. He isn't fighting against the Slaanesh corruption like he's supposed to be. And so she's now got it out for him. The tall being in fine long garment turns to you, their face hidden behind a blank visor of their helmet. When they begin to speak, even from a distance, you feel the air around the figure grow cold. Monkey, you should not be here. I need to hear her say her name again, because I don't remember the pronunciation. You're really Liet? YRL. Irilet? I don't know. Irilet strides forward, her eyes flashing. Muran, I'm calling you to account. You said that the great danger threatening... Oh, that's right. He's a farseer, so he's able to see the future. And his predictions were just that the danger came from the humans. And he's just ignored... So it's not that she thinks he's following Slaanesh. He just is ignoring it when he can see the future. Yeah, Muran, I'm calling you to account. You said that the great danger threatening the Lelathan lurked in the heart of the Monkey, in their greed and ignorance, and all the while another enemy was looming over this world, an enemy whose tracks you should have seen in things to come. Silantresh, she who thirsts, is threatening this world, and you hid it from us? Answer me, did you or did you not behold our great foe in the Lelathan's future? Did you lie to me? After Irilet's words, the two tall Eldari behind Muran start moving. One looks around at the leader, while the other lets out a cry, muffled under his visor. The rebel beside you cringes, as though the Eldari's speech causes him pain. He strains to say something, but Muran makes an imperious gesture, and the soldier meekly straightens up and salutes, staring at the xenos with slavish devotion. The robed figure inclines their head, and then they begin to speak. Irilet, the outcast, you left the path that was set out for you. You brought unknown Monkey to our refuge, and now you speak to me with unseemly anger. Your long wanderings far from Kudarak have altered your mind and tainted your sight. He does not... You'll notice he intentionally seems to have just ignored answering the question. Yeah. She calls him out like, hey, what? Slaanesh is here. What do you have to say for that? And he's just like, you're not supposed to be here. You clearly strayed from the path. No denying, no commenting on it. I could talk, so we get the option to say nothing, or I can try and say something where it looks like what I say just immediately gets cut off. But regardless, I don't think this guy is going to care what a monkey has to say. The word used by the Eldari to refer to species they deem inferior. To any species. Okay, so this isn't a human-only term, which is what I thought. It's how they refer to every species that's inferior, which probably they think every species is inferior. Say nothing. I can try and talk and be interrupted. Stop pretending I'm not here. I've come to discuss the situation on Janus. Xenos, fall to your knees before the rogue traitor whose world you have plunged into anarchy and beg for forgiveness. Or attack. Why listen when you talk when I can just kill you? I'm gonna try talking. We could just leave it to Irilet. Irilet? I have no idea. But I'm a rogue trader, standing by isn't really my thing. But I don't think I'm going to go jump straight to the fall before your knees. Or fall on your knees before a rogue trader. If I may, I would like to say something. My wanderings are the path I've chosen for myself. Far from the walls of Kudarak, I have seen and come to know things no other Eldari could, hidden away in a craft world their entire life. Why do you deny my words about Silantresh? Is it because you were lying to me and my kin when you showed us the true path? This Elentok was the first person to discover the coming of Silantresh, one of those whom the Monkey call Chaos Gods. Without him, I would still be deceived by your words about destiny and the true future. Monkey revealing paths? It's ludicrous. Monkey bring pain and strife in our time, and for all time. How can you trust a monkey after what we taught you? After hearing the sorrowful song of the dying world, Muran turns his head towards you. It was not chance that brought Kudarak down. Monkey destroyed our ancient home, stripped us of our defenses, doomed us to wander amidst the cold stars. Again, he's completely ignoring all comments about Slaanesh. The colors of these xenos are painful to behold, but there is just as much pain in their hearts. Could it be fear, despair? I cannot tell. The hues are too strange, too... Cassia flinches and a trail of blood runs down her cheek. Even if Kudarak was destroyed by humans as you claim, I imagine you gave them a perfectly good reason to do so. Probably. They probably attacked the humans. I'm sorry to hear that your home was destroyed, but I wasn't there to know anything of this calamity. Watch your tongue, Xenos. I'm doing you a favor just by listening to your vile words. This is definitely the more dogmatic approach. I'm not going to be that sympathetic, so I'm going to go with the first option. I don't want to go quite that Xenos hating when I've chosen to have a Xenos in my party. So, yeah, even if Kudarak was destroyed by humans as you claim, I imagine you gave them a perfectly good reason to do so. The Eldar chuckles, his voice turning venomous. Or it could be that your uncontrollable hunger to destroy everything in your path reigns over your every thought and deed. I mean, that is the human way. It's the reason why Xenos are hated by humanity, is that we're trying to make a galaxy that only has humans. Anything different is a potential route for chaos or anti-imperial thoughts, and therefore we just... any alien we don't know, we just kill. I guess just any alien we kill. So it's not necessarily that the Eldari have to do something to draw our wrath. Though enough Eldari have hurt enough humans that I think it wouldn't surprise me if the humans sought to destroy on sight. Even if these specific ones didn't do anything first. You are playing with words and avoiding the question. Notes of desperation and rage are creeping into Irlet's voice now. The Leviathan is under threat from our eternal foe, and yet you're more concerned about the presence of the Elentok than the corruption that is flowing through the veins of this world. Did you never consider that your war might simply be hastening Silanthresh's triumph? Perhaps the ruler's servants, in their efforts to protect her, will resort to more and more instruments of corruption. Muran leans down over Irlet, his tone menacing. You left Kudarak in our darkest hour to gratify your ego. You came to us on Leviathan, and I accepted you as one of our own. I even gave you a real purpose, Irlet the Outcast, and you dare to insult me, a Farseer? It was a mistake to let you into our circle. You've turned our efforts to survive into dust with your own hands. So, she left Kudarak in their darkest hour. That was before her coming here. Kudarak being their spaceship colony. There's a term for it, and it's escaping me at the moment. Oh well. But then she showed up here where they also were, and was accepted back in, even though she had... I'm curious. She left to gratify her ego, but was an outcast. That's the claim he's making. If she's outcast, then it doesn't sound like she left of her own choice to gratify her ego. He's giving mixed messages, which isn't surprising, and he's still ignoring the fact that she's calling him out about Slaanesh. I am a child of Asurian, Muran, not a plaything in the cold hands of fate, which you claim speaks through your mouth. My choice of path is no worse than yours or any other Eldari's, and my path calls me to fight our true enemies, not eradicate the Monkey. If it comes to it, I will stand with them, for this Elentak can see what you are blind to, Farseer. Fearlet's eyes are alight with fury. She pointedly lays her hand on her weapon, looking away from the Farseer. My duty is to protect my worlds and my vassals. If Janus is being threatened by the archenemy, I will fight to the end. I'm willing to help the Eldari defeat the archenemy, but first, we must deal with the rebellions that you have been orchestrating. Let's cool our tempers and try and speak calmly about this, or perhaps Muran would see a little more if he bothered to pull his head out of his arse. The insult's funny. I'm probably going to go with 1. 1 and 2 are both similar ideas of we need to defeat the archenemy. But this one focuses more on protecting the world and the people, versus this one is siding with the Eldari to defeat the archenemy. My duty is to protect my worlds and my vassals. If Janus is being threatened by the archenemy, I will fight to the end. The words of a creature whose will is ruled by momentary whims. There is nothing you can do to make me believe in the strength of your convictions. I mean, I could kill all your troops, like I've done with every other rebel group on my way here, including 2 Eldari. You speak of the strength of one's convictions, Muran. You claim it is your destiny to protect your kin. So then, what happened to the Eldari you sent to the Monkey ruler before me? The Eldari whose skull is now kept as a Monkey trinket. That was the previous envoy you sent, wasn't it? Did you see the same fate for me in your visions? Okay, so that's the story there. So when there are problem people, Muran sends them away to the humans to get killed. And she just managed to trick them into not killing her. His fate was to serve Kudarak, the spirit of our craft world. Craft world, that's the term I was missing. Planetoid-sized spacecraft populated by Eldari. Yeah. That keeps the Asuriani alive. Your destiny is to do the same, Earlet the Outcast, as long as you aren't planning to transgress our laws again. This world is in serious danger. There's no sense in fighting each other. Let us deal with our common enemy together. I want to stop the violence on this planet once and for all. Not at the rebels. What have you done to these people? They believe you are their commanders? Requires heretical. Or I've had enough talking. If you Xenos refuse to bow down before the rogue traitor, you will leave me with no choice but to kill you. I mean, it's not bad. Kind of like pretty much all of them. This seems a little strong. Like, asking Xenos to bow down before me or they die. But I don't think saying, let's fight our common enemy together, makes sense at this point. It is pretty clear that he has zero interest in fighting against Slaanesh. Or even acknowledging that Slaanesh is on influencing the planet. It's too many options. I'm just going to go the dogmatic route. It's probably going to immediately lead to a fight, whereas we could probably talk a bit more first. But it's I don't think there's a lot to be gained by talking to them. Because they're not going to see sense or give us anything useful. I've had enough of talking. If you Xenos refuse to bow down before the rogue trader, you will leave me no choice but to kill you. You have revealed your true visage, monkey. My kin, do your duty. Get rid of the outsider. Are you insane? You're condemning us all to death in Silanthresh's maw. Irlek grabs her weapon, her voice breaking into a desperate shout. I won't let you kill the Elentok, Muran.